A few months ago, I moved into a small apartment in the city. It was cheap, cozy, and seemed like the perfect place for a fresh start after a difficult breakup. The apartment had everything I needed: a comfy couch, a tiny kitchen, a decent bathroom, and even a bedroom with a big mirror right above the dresser. For the first few days, everything felt normal. But then I started noticing something odd. Every night when I would go to bed, I'd catch a glimpse of movement in the mirror out of the corner of my eye. I thought it was just the light playing tricks, or maybe my tired eyes fooling me. But after a few nights of the same thing, I became more certain that something was wrong. The first time it really freaked me out was when I woke up in the middle of the night. The room was pitch black, and I couldn't fall back asleep. I turned my head toward the mirror, and for a brief second, I thought I saw a shadow standing behind me. I blinked, and it was gone. My heart raced, and I tried to convince myself it was just a weird dream. But the feeling of being watched lingered. I began to make a habit of checking the mirror before bed, almost as if to make sure nothing was there. One night, as I stood in front of the mirror brushing my teeth, I saw something new. The figure of a man standing perfectly still, right behind me. I spun around, heart pounding. There was no one there. I don't know why I kept staring at the mirror that night. But something pulled me to it, and that's when I saw it. The man in the reflection. His face was pale, eyes hollow, and he was smiling at me. Not the way you smile in a friendly greeting, but something more sinister, something wrong. I stumbled back, dropping my toothbrush, my pulse racing. I turned away from the mirror, but the smile was still there, lingering in my mind. That night, I couldn't sleep at all. I kept hearing soft footsteps in the hallway outside my door, but when I checked, there was no one. The next day, I decided to do something about the mirror. I couldn't shake the feeling that whatever was in there wasn't just a trick of light. I covered it with a blanket. That night, I felt some relief. No more strange sightings. But around 3 a.m., I woke up to the sound of scratching. Soft, deliberate scratching coming from the mirror. I sat up, heart in my throat, and looked toward the blanket. The scratching continued. It was almost as if someone or something was trying to get out. I was too terrified to move. The scratching stopped suddenly, and an eerie silence filled the room. But then I heard a whisper, "Let me out." I'm not sure how long I sat there frozen, staring at the covered mirror. Eventually, I forced myself to get up, rip the blanket off, and face whatever it was. But when I did, the mirror was completely empty. No shadow, no figure, just the same reflection of my own shaking face. The next morning, I packed up my things and left. I don't know what was in that mirror or why it was trying to communicate with me, but I'm never going back to that apartment. I don't even look at mirrors the same anymore. But here's the thing, I swear, when I checked the mirror before leaving, I saw one last thing. In the reflection, the man was still there, just standing behind me. His smile had only grown wider,